Good evening and welcome. I'm Sheila Balgobin, principal of Simply Improve Health, and I help people to train better and longer and recover more quickly, have improved sleep, and enjoy better quality of health using simple native to the body products and simple techniques. This evening, I'm going to be sharing the third and final step of my three-step system, which helps people to be able to extract the gold in the gobbledygook of their dreams. This third part of my three-part system is called the gold in the gobbledygook extractor, but I'm not going to tell you exactly what that is. I'll tell you how it became to be, but I'm not going to give the game away. You'll have to take the course to find out more. So there are two schools of thought originally about how to look at dreams. Then there's various ways to look at dreams, actually. Some people base it on biblical interpretations or interpretations based on other holy books and other religions. It could be people use dream books. And I really don't recommend those for the simple reason that dreams come from the individual, so that it's the individual that it needs to have the meaning for. And a book that could apply to hundreds or millions of people isn't necessarily going to be of help. But nevertheless, they are out there. But according to psychological thought, you had Freud on the one hand and Jung, who is his disciple and later became his rival, so to speak, on the other. And according to Freud, the best way to break down and look at a dream was through association, or what has been come to be known as free association. Now, free association, I'll give you an example how that works. Let's say I have a dream about, I don't know, burning Christmas dinner. That's pretty pertinent and a quite legitimate concern if you're doing too many things. Nevertheless, Freud would take that dream and look at it and say, okay, turkey, what comes up for you with regard to turkey? Oh, that might mean, a Thanksgiving years ago where, Auntie somebody or other got on my nerves. And then you go from there to, okay, Auntie so-and-so who got on my nerves, what is it about her that comes up? And then from there, you go on and on and on. But Jung had a real problem with that, because he said it was getting away from the dream. Each association, instead of reverting back to the dream, was getting on a chain further and further and further away till it didn't seem to really have anything to do with the original ideas or situations presented in the dream. Jung, on the other hand, believed in, oh gosh, I went blank for a minute. He believed in amplification. Now, amplification works differently. It takes the central idea of the dream, or ideas, because they make, in a night you may have several little dreamlets, and remember bits of each one, the things that had the most emotional charge. So what he would do, or what Jung would suggest that would be done, is to take each of those bits that had, that you remember clearly. I mean, turkey burning. What were the other circumstances? Was it day? Was it night? Did you dream it in color? Did you dream it in black and white? But you would look at each element of that came up in that dream and draw your association. So instead of it being a link, a chain, like Freud did, it would be a hub and spokes, like a wheel. So here's the central idea, and branching off are the different associations. So it always goes back to the original idea or image or whatever it was that was presented in the dream, rather than getting further and further away. Now, like I said, you'll have to find out when, if you come on the course, exactly which of those two, or combination of those two ideas that I've used to create my gold in the gobbledygook extractor. And the reason why I call it that, because most people think that their dreams contain nothing but nonsense or dodgy dinner or something. But there is truly gold in the gobbledygook, but you have to understand how it works and how the unconscious mind works. Now, I've mentioned this before, that the unconscious is very logical and very efficient as well in how it presents information. It can take a little snippet of a dream and pack a lot of information in that one little symbol or image or whatever it is, or word, or whatever it might be, so that it doesn't waste energy and time with a whole lot of verbiage. It gives you an image that is dense with meaning, and you have to learn how to speak the language of the unconscious. The unconscious will give up its secrets, but it's not going to just hand them to you. You're going to have to make the effort to understand. And that means getting into the language of dreams. Now, the first two steps that I talked about in my course, the clear clutter system and the brain balancing system, were designed to be able to clear the mind and to relax the mind sufficiently, so that when the third step comes along, which is to actually sit down and work with a dream, the right and left halves of the brain are more integrated, so that when images come up from the right, the left side can figure it out and just doesn't dismiss it as nonsense. There will be things that will help it to ease sleep if you have difficulties with sleep for whatever reason. So there are things that are not only going to help with dreaming, but can be applied in other areas of your life. It's a very practical course. The techniques that I talk about on the course are techniques that I use in daily life at different times when I need to. So it's something, these are techniques that you can use not just for dreams, but for all kinds of things and all kinds of decisions that you might need to make. And your dreams are giving you indications as to what those decisions could be. So there you have it. That is the third and final part, the real meat of of my three-step system. And in the next couple of lives, just before the holiday, say 2 weeks before the holiday, because everybody will be frantically shopping or clicking or whatever they're doing to get their holidays squared away. But I will be sharing a bit more information with you about the course and how you can find out more about it, or how you can get to me and ask questions about it. And also to make some special announcements with regard to the launch in the new year, including a raffle for a free place on the course. So there, think about that. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening and a great week. And I'll see you again soon with some more news about my new course. Take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.